Hi guys, this is Kathy with Kincaid Special Creations. I am starting a new series that will be once a month. It is going to be a cooking recipe video. I have been wanting to make a meatloaf in a very long time. If you all watch my color book or my glue book, my Christmas glue book, you'll see that I found a recipe and I put it in this recipe book, memory recipe book. Well, I decided I didn't want to do that because I'm going to make this early so I can get this video up for you all. And I'll make Timmy some mashed potatoes later. But we can always reheat the meatloaf. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done now. So what it is the best classic meatloaf recipe. Right there. I found it online. It is from the Wholesome Dish. It's called the best classic meatloaf recipe. Its ingredients are ground beef, breadcrumbs, onion, milk, egg, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, parsley leaves, salt, garlic powder, ground black pepper, and then for the topping to put on top of it, it is 1/4 cup of ketchup and 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar. And then it calls for a tablespoon of red wine vinegar, but I'm not going to put that in there. I don't have any of that, and I'll hope that it'll taste good without it. So the first thing it tells you to do is to preheat your oven to 350. So that's what I'm going to do. Because although you can start your oven and put your stuff in your oven when it starts, you will not have an accurate time that it needs. So if you decide you're going to put it in early and then cook it for the 10 minutes, you're either going to have it burnt because the oven was too hot when you put it in there, or you're going to have it underdone because you didn't let it cook long enough. So always be mindful that the time is a suggestion. A good one, mind you, but a suggestion. Always is going to determine on your stove, your oven, your way of doing stuff. So we are going to put this recipe together. Here I have my pound of hamburger. It might be a little more, a little less. I didn't get, what I do is I buy them great big rolls, cut them up into these little cookies right here, put them in the freezer and freeze them, and then de-thaw them when it's time for me to make my recipe. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to wash my hands again. I've washed them 3 times already. And then I'm going to break this hamburger up into manageable pieces. And all you do is just get in there. I got one of those things that tears it apart, but what's the fun in that, guys? Grandma used to do it this way. So I can do it this way too. You can totally use that if you got it. But I find they're more cumbersome. Maybe because I don't have as much strength in my arms as I need for them, or I don't know how to use them properly. I'm not sure. My sister loves them. But, alright. So now we'll break this up into littler pieces, and then I gotta wash my hands again. Ooh! Wash my hands again. Because I don't, if you all know me, you know I don't like to have stuff on my hands. But my husband's worth a good meatloaf. This is just so I can put the rest of those ingredients in there, and then I'll get my hands dirty again, guys. That's what it is when you bake a meatloaf. Alright, so there's my hamburger. We are going to put in 1 cup of dried breadcrumbs. There's my cup of breadcrumbs. Okay. So that one's now off the list. Okay. And then we have 1/2 cup of diced onions. There we go with that one. It's over in the sink. I'll do dishes again before he gets home. A half a cup of milk. I used to think you had to use glass cups for all of your wet ingredients and the regular cups for your other ones. While that's still a good practice, it's not necessary. I went through and put them in these cups and then poured it in a glass one. It's the same amount. Okay, next ingredients is 1 large egg beaten. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have a fork there, but I got a spoon. I don't want to use that spoon because I'm going to use that for my measuring spoon. Anything works, guys, just in whether or not you want to use it. See? I beat it up just fine. And it gets it out of your bowl better. Okay, 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Let me shake this up. Usually ketchup and mustard will have a little bit of watery stuff to start with. That's why you always shake it up. Then it takes forever for it to get back down to the bottom. There is 1. Come on, ketchup. And 2. Okay. Then we need 1 tablespoon. I rinse my spoon out. Guess I'll have to go get me a new set of stuff like that. 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. I know that's not how it's pronounced. And you can tell me the correct pronunciation. Like the old saying, till the cows come home. I call it Worcestershire sauce. Always have and probably always will. Okay, 1 teaspoon of dried parsley flakes. Okay. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm just guesstimating, guys. Half a teaspoon of garlic powder. A 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. That's a little bit more like a half of it. Better put some of that back. My husband likes black pepper, but I'm going to start sneezing here in a minute if I put too much. Okay, so that's all we need here. To start with, I am going to go ahead and mix it up. Get it mixed up in there. And then I'll get in with my hands and really mix it up. Because you want that egg everywhere. You just, oops. I am messy today. We'll get all that stuff out of the bottom of it. Incorporate it in. They said to really incorporate it so it'll stay together because it's going to be a wet mixture with the onions, which will turn to a lot of water, and the ketchup and all that stuff. So But you want to make sure all the spices are mixed in real good. Okay, now, let me wash my hands again. That's the reason I can't work outside, can't help Timmy on vehicles. If I work in the garden, you'll see me wearing gloves. I don't like things on my hands. There are people that just don't like stuff, and it don't make them bad or crazy. It just makes them unique. God makes us all unique, and that's where I am. Okay, so now we're going to take this bowl and rinse it out. And we're going to take we need to take a quarter of a cup of ketchup. Get that milk there. I don't think milk and ketchup would go too good together, but it might. This is a half a cup. So I will do half of it. You tell them getting to the bottom of this one to go in there and check to see if I got any more. There we go. Now we got our quarter of a cup. Okay. And oh, here it is. I need to have 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar. My brown sugar got hard. I put it in the microwave for just a little bit. So it softened up pretty good. There's a couple hard pieces in there. Okay. Now, take this, mix it up. Never had brown sugar and ketchup before. Sure, it's going to be super sweet where I don't have the red wine vinegar in it, but it will be okay. One big hard clump in there that I don't want in there. All right. Hey, my oven just in the right time. Okay, now what I'm going to do, this is called a meatloaf pan or just a loaf pan. You can make bread in it, whatever. Is I took this piece of parchment paper and just scrunched it up. That will make my meatloaf easier to come out. Okay, now you take and try to make it nice and tight as you're pulling it out of your bowl. Put it down in your loaf pan and then squish it out. I know you all probably can't see all this, but I'll try to bring you in when I'm editing. I get pretty good at that edit stuff. Not the best. I'm not a pro. Never had any classes in it. Okay. Try to make it as even as possible. And there you go. Now, you take your sauce and you pour it all over the top of it. and then swish it around. Try to get a little bit on every bite on the top so that it'll seek in. Alright guys. Believe it or not, that's only the second meatloaf I've ever made in my 50 years of marriage. So I hope it turns out good. Alright, we're going to put this in the oven. Set the timer for an hour. And just let it cook. And then when I'm ready to bring it out of the oven, I'll bring you back and show you that part. And I'll be cleaning up the kitchen while you're gone. You know what I forgot to put in? No, I put it in there. I was thinking I didn't put the milk in, but I did. Alright guys, I'll bring you back in a bit. Alright guys, it has been an hour. Let's get her out. Use our little temperature gauge on it. I can find it. There it is. Said it's supposed to be 160 degrees. So, put this down in here. Turn my time off. It's going up, guys. All right, we got her. Pull that out. Now, I'm going to have to try to get it out. Let it sit there and rest for a little bit. And then I'll take it out and set it on a platter. I'm going to take it out of here, set it on that platter as soon as it settles down. I'm going to let it settle down first, and then I'll get it out and set it on that platter, and then we'll have it for dinner this evening. I will take a picture of it after I get it out and put it on that platter. Put it on the end of this video. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.